Hi, I'm Eric Spell with AgCareers.com. One aspect of recruiting talent, on-campus recruiting, has been a passion of mine for 20 years. I've had the opportunity to travel to over 30 universities alone in the last 10 years. And what I continue to see is that employer expectations are a little out of whack. Career service professionals get very frustrated when employers expect that they can come with short notice and expect high results. You need to concentrate on building a lasting impression for your organization at all the universities and colleges that you attend. Employer branding is not built in 1 year. A strategic plan is very important. Tactical selection of schools, meaning how many schools do you need to target going to? Maybe there's only 3 or 4 schools that you can realistically get to. Focus on those schools. On-campus connection. There are several points of connecting to university students and faculty on campus. You need to identify what those connection points are. Effective implementation of your college recruiting strategies will yield not only positive results, but passion towards your industry. As you begin the process of narrowing down the schools that you're going to visit, you need to understand that there are 72 land-grant universities with agricultural programs in the U.S. There's also 450 public 2-year colleges that offer an ag program. There are 991 in total. Also, please note that the number of students pursuing a master's or a PhD degree is increasing, so your field of choice candidates is going to be a small target. As you focus in on that target, a couple of things that you need to consider is this. Most of the ag schools, whether 2-year or 4-year, have a career services office on campus. You need to establish a relationship with that career services director or personnel. They don't like being left out of the equation. As you do so, capitalize on those relationships that you have with key faculty. Oftentimes, previous alum that have graduated and joined your organization can connect you with those faculty. They have the relationship. Remember that. One example of narrowing down your target is this. Let's take the example you've chosen to go to a university that has 500 graduates each year. As I mentioned earlier, there's 40% of those students are going to pursue an advanced degree. 50% of those students are not applicable to what you're recruiting for. That leaves you a target of 150 students to recruit for. And remember, when you've been to career fairs, and certain career fairs, you see 100+ employers, so you're not the only one going after those 150 graduates. Career fairs is one great connection point for recruitment on campuses. Some of the best practice tips that I like to talk about when we're giving advice to employers like yourself are follows. Man the booth always. Ensure that if there is a lunch break during the career fair that you don't leave your booth unattended. The faculty on campus do not like to see that when they're coming by your booths. Remember, faculty have lunch breaks too, and you want to establish the relationship with those key faculty. Send recent graduates. Students love to talk to recent graduates. In fact, they have friends that work for you. It's a great idea to send graduates back that are having a great experience within your organization. When the opportunity is there, take the student's resume. In some of the HR practices and legal advice today, certain employers are advised not to take the resume. That can be easily offensive to some students, so seek some HR expertise in what the common and applicable practice is for your organization. Take some giveaways. Students really like to receive giveaways. Take a poll of some of the recent graduates. Get their input on what giveaways would be applicable for you to give at the university. In addition to career fairs, what we've learned at AgCareers.com is the preferred method for connecting to students on campus is info sessions. When doing info sessions, make sure you pick the right club or association or class to visit. Make sure you send the right person, and most of all, make sure you bring some food. Info sessions, if done correctly, will last about 45 minutes and then allows time for questions. If you've done it correctly, students will ask questions and express interest in your organization. Faculty tours are also very effective. Faculty tours are a different way of connecting on campus. You actually invite faculty to your campus and educate them more about what your organization is. Another way to connect with students on campus is through internships. We'll talk about that in another session. On-campus interviews are very important. The keys to on-campus interviews is making sure the person conducting the interviews not only knows about your organization, but also is adequately prepared. I would challenge the owners of the businesses to visit. You're the most passionate of all the people at your organization. Send someone prepared and passionate to conduct the interviews. A few final tips. Start early. Career fair season is in high gear in September. That means you have to make your choice of campus visits in July or at the latest in August. Brand your organization. Have several points of entry to the students. Think carefully about what you're going to present and who you're going to send, and make sure the information you share on campus is current. If you do it right, you'll become an employer of choice at the colleges and universities you plan to visit.